You have tuned in to another episode of the most dangerous combat sport in the world, American politics. And this is Hump Day Wednesday, truth or consequence, where if you believe the truth, you're okay. If you believe a lie, you must deal with the consequences.
People are going to the FBI 25 years ago and testifying to the FBI with polygraphs and the rest that Donald Trump, the President of the United States, was raping young girls and smacking them across the face because one of them protested that he hadn't worn protection. He slapped her on the face and said, "You'll have to get an abortion," and he threw money at her for the abortion. This is the man on whom they lay hands. These evangelical maniacs think he's the son of Christ. Well, he is actually the son of Christ. His father was called Christ, but that's the place we're in. Bill Gates, that we were told for 25 years was a paragon of humanity. We were treated to his views on every subject under the sun, is revealed to be discussing with Epstein how he can get antibiotics to sprinkle in his wife's martini because he has contracted a sexually transmitted disease from a Russian prostitute and had presumably therefore passed on to his wife. Gates, Diamond, all these magnates, plutocrats, they were all revolving around Jeffrey Epstein. And I hope it's not anti-Semitic to make this point. Is it anti-Semitic to point out the gigantically disproportionate number of Jews and Israelis and dual Israeli nationals in this farrago of filth that is revealed in these files?
Howard Lutnick needs to be investigated.
Normally, you would have been in your office on which floor?
105th floor. On
the 105th floor. And yet you didn't go in early that morning because of a critical decision you made.
My little boy, I have a 5-year-old, and it was his first day of kindergarten at Horace Mann, so I took him for his first day of big boy school. And because of that, I was late getting down to the office, and therefore I wasn't in the building. I was on my way to the building.
Howard, we both know that is a bold-faced lie. The first day at school at Horace Mann in 2001 and 2002 was September 6th, 2001, not September 11th. How stupid do you think we are?
Hey, you all. I just got off the phone on a Zoom with some of the Epstein survivors, and I'm still getting ready for the day, but I just had to tell you about what they have to say and lift it up. The files that were released on Friday, which are still just a fraction of all the files, had two horrific elements. Number one, there was a horrific exposure of survivors. Of the 32 victims, only one of the victims' names and personal information was redacted. And there were Jane Does in there who have been Jane Does for 30 years, and now their information is completely released. They had nude photos of women and girls that the New York Times reported on, exposed by the government. There has been zero apology from the Department of Justice, zero effort to try to correct any of this. And it's absolutely horrific. The second piece of this is the horrific protection of predators. The most compelling, and I'm going to do a post later where I post this, is examples of this. There's an email to Epstein where the from person has been redacted. And then the title of it, the regarding line is "New Brazilians Just Arrived, Sexy and Cute, 9 years old." It is stunning to me, absolutely stunning to me, that this would have, and then there's a long list of redactions there about a long, extensive list of people that should be investigated. And it is stunning to me that Todd Blanche and Kash Patel are saying there's nothing to investigate here. So I just wanted to bring this up right now because this is re-traumatizing these survivors. It is so outrageous that it's not being investigated, and I think we have to do everything we can to bring justice to these survivors now.
So why are Republicans so interested in Bill and Hillary Clinton? It's because they're trying to distract from the fact that Donald Trump is in the Epstein files thousands and thousands of times. In those files, there's highly disturbing allegations of Donald Trump raping children, of Donald Trump threatening to kill children. So I encourage your press to go look at these allegations. And I'm highly disturbed that Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche just got the law wrong. Yesterday, he said, essentially, that it is not a crime to party with Jeffrey Epstein. Well, that's actually not correct. If Jeffrey Epstein was human trafficking minors for these sex parties, and you show up and patronize the establishment at that party, yes, you're guilty, because patronizing is part of the law, of the federal sex trafficking law. So Deputy General Todd Blanche just got that wrong, which maybe explains why they aren't investigating all these folks, including Donald Trump. He needs to read the law and investigate these people. He also needs to resign, not only for not knowing the law, but a massive, not only screw up, but the biggest privacy violation in history. They release a lot of pictures of minors unredacted, just violated the privacy of these girls. It is uncalled for what they did. The one thing that they could not do under this law was to invade the privacy of these women now, who were girls at the time, who were victims of sex trafficking. Also, he met with Ghislaine Maxwell, moved her to a minimum security prison, and then got a puppy for her. So for all those reasons, he's just got to leave the Department of Justice.
I'm not attending tonight's State of the Union address because it will be nothing but lies. Here's the real state of our union. Donald Trump promised to focus on affordability. Instead, he's called the affordability crisis a hoax. Last year, Donald Trump promised Americans would get a $2,000 tariff rebate check. But when he was asked about it by a reporter, asked if he would keep his promise, his response was, "When did I do that?" Donald Trump promised to love and cherish Medicaid, and then he pushed for $1 trillion worth of cuts to Medicaid. He promised a new golden age. I guess he was talking about the golden age for his family, because his family has pocketed $4 billion just last year alone. And Trump promised he'd release all the Epstein files. Instead, we're seeing a massive cover-up, including a cover-up of the files that implicate Donald Trump. That's the real state of our union.
Over on The View, things got creative after 4 of them appeared in the Epstein files.
We're on the list because we were at a party or a wedding or something that somebody might have been. That's what I found out anyway.
Yeah, no,
I was at Trump's wedding to Marla.
Right.
Maybe Epstein was there too. Who knows?
I don't know.
So that means that I'm not guilty, obviously.
If you look, you know why my name is there. Because someone was looking for a plane, and that's what people do. They go to all the people who have private planes and say, do you have one?
And you didn't get on the plane.
I didn't get on the plane.
If your name shows up, it's totally innocent coincidence. If Trump's name shows up anywhere, it's DEFCON 1 and 48 hours of breaking news graphics. And let's not forget, during President Trump's first term, he openly pushed the media to investigate Clinton.
He was on the plane about 27 or 28 times. So why did he say 4 times? And then the question you have to ask is, did Bill Clinton go to the island? That's the question. If you find that out, you're going to know a lot.
Mainstream media had zero curiosity about those files until they thought they could use them to take down Trump.
So the Epstein list that Trump said didn't exist and Kash Patel said didn't exist. Well, now that Congress has had access to the unredacted files, here is the list for your viewing enjoyment.
Leave a truth or consequent comment below. Thanks for watching.